Hey guys, you're going to hear a bunch of references in this video to the DJI Mini 2 Fly More Combo being on sale on Amazon, and it was. So I went out to do a quick revisit of the DJI Mini 2, going through its features, etc. So you're going to hear a lot of talk in this video about it being on sale, the Fly More Combo for $405. I see that DJI has raised the price back up on Amazon. So yeah, it's not going to be as cheap as it was. It's still a great drone. Keep on watching Amazon. Who knows? They'll probably put it on sale again. They've had the Mini SE on sale a couple of different times. Well, and I think they've had this one on sale before too. But the Mini 2 Fly More Combo was $405, which I thought was extraordinary, hence the reason for the video. But anyway, just look at this video now as the DJI Mini 2 revisited. Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, no sooner did I just put out a video on the DJI Mini SE on sale on Amazon for $214. They have put the Mini 2 Fly More Combo on sale for $405. That is just a screaming deal for what you get. You know, this is, to me, until the Mini 3 came out, was the best of the mini drones, and for a lot of reasons, for its flight controls, the features that it offers, and so forth. Let's just take a real quick look at it. So you get the Mini 2, and of course it comes with a nice propeller holder. They don't give you that on the Mini 3. And then you get the RCN1 controller. No, it doesn't have a screen on it, but it's still a really good, reliable controller with a lot of battery power, lasts a long time, and in my experience has good range. And of course you get the usual documentation with the drone, but I think, you know, more importantly, you get 3 batteries in a battery charging hub, and yeah, it only charges one battery at a time. However, unlike the new DJI Mini 3 Pro, this one does come with a charge block, so you don't have to buy another charge block, or hopefully use one that you already have. And of course it comes with all the requisite cables and so forth that you need. Anyway, let's take this guy out, and I'm going to do a quick flight with it, and we can go through some of the features. It is, I was just about to say full feature drone. You know, it doesn't have tracking, it doesn't have any kind of obstacle avoidance, but as far as the intelligent flight modes, it's got a lot of those, and they work well. And the camera on this thing is phenomenal. So let's just take it out. Let's go out and take it out for a quick flight. Hey, okay, I'm out in the field. I'm just at the school that's next door to my subdivision. And I'm not at my normal spot because I forgot they hold church services on Saturday night at the Pathway School. So there's a bunch of cars over there. So I'm kind of at the other side of the complex, which is neither here nor there. You're here to find out about the Mini 2. So while I was getting the drone out to fly it, I found some notes that I'd made from an earlier video that had some of the specs of the drone. And, you know, there's some significant upgrades to the Mini SE. So we want to talk about it here. For one, it has a 1/2.3 sensor on the camera. It will shoot 4K at 30 frames per second, which is a significant upgrade. It also has a 100 megabit bit rate. So there's going to be more information in that video file than you would find on the Mini SE. It's got upgraded motors as opposed to the original DJI Mavic Mini. It has the LiPo batteries. It's the same as the Mini SE, 2250 milliamp hour batteries. This guy, however, instead of just a Wi-Fi drone, it has OcuSync 2, so you're going to get more range, you're going to get a stronger signal, and be able to fly it a little bit farther. The speed on this drone is also a little bit faster. Top speed is advertised at 16 meters per second, which translates to 36 miles an hour. It has a 31-minute flight time, which I think that is very similar to the Mini SE. And then, of course, all the other smart features. I think this has some extra stuff in it. It shoots panos. You can do wireless transfer, and I see I have a note here that says pick enhancement, and I can't remember if that's like the original Air 2 used to do or not, but we'll take a look at that when we get in the app. So all that aside, let's quit messing around. We'll dig through the app when we get going. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, so let's take a really quick look at the safety menu here. The drone, I fired it up and it was ready to go almost instantly. I see we're down to 87% battery. I charged this battery a few days ago, so it must have already started to discharge. Let's click on that safety menu, return to home altitude. We don't need it that high. I don't know where I was at that I had it at 100 meters, but we're gonna put it back down to about 30 or so. Look at that, I hit that 30 right on the money. 2 kilometers on distance, we're not gonna be any further than that, and 120 meters is max legal. And compass is normal, IMU is normal, so we're not gonna mess with those. Battery looks good, for the safety menu, we're fine. Let's go ahead and I'm going to quickly show you the menu, the camera menu and quick shot menu here. So on this menu, yeah, we do have panos. There is not time lapse. I couldn't remember if there was time lapse on this guy or not, but the quick shots there, oh, you got to be in the air to see that. Probably the pano too. So let's go ahead and click on the resolutions. So as you can see in 4K, you can go from 24 up to 30. 2.7K, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can go all the way up to 60 in 2.7K. So that's significant. 1080p, you can go all the way up to 62. So we're going to go back to 4K though. 30 frames per second is what we're going to shoot in. And I'm going to leave it all in auto. We're ready to go. We got 18 satellites. I'm going to start recording right now. And I'm going to, let's do a automated takeoff on the app. So clicking on that right now, take off. And there's that little drone. And my little Mini 2, sometimes, yeah, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it right now. I'm going to see if I can bring it in. Well, it already stopped. It was getting a little close there. Sometimes when I first fired up, well, you can still see it a little bit. It'll buck a little bit. So, in any case, let's go ahead and do our droney. In fact, I'll get on the other side of it here. And the drone is facing into the sun, so it's looking at the sun. So that might not be that great, but we're going to do it anyway. But anyway, reverse and up now, reverse and up. Let me drop that camera down a little bit. And we're in normal mode here. And how fast are we going? We're almost 10 meters per second in reverse here. 9.9 I saw there for a second. And yeah, we'll stop right there. Nice level horizon. Let me pick up that camera just slightly. And I'm going to yaw around here. You guys have all seen this territory before in a lot of my videos. But what I was telling you about is there at Pathway School, they have a church service, not only on Sunday, I think they do a couple of them on Sunday, but they do it on Saturday too. So I'm going to stay well away from where they're at. But yeah, let's start off by maybe doing our usual, as you guys know, I always end up like doing a rotation around the cell phone tower here. So let's drop down a little bit. You know what this drone doesn't have that you see in some of the newer DJI drones, and that's me being a little heavy on the sticks. In fact, let's go into Cine mode, which I was clicking on the top like you would with the SE, but what I forgot is on this drone I can do it on the controller. So I'm switching it into Cine mode. Let's get nice and close to that cell phone tower here, lower some altitude. And let's do, usually I go counterclockwise. Let's see if I can do one clockwise here. And yeah, I can tell I'm not as good. I got off center there a little bit. Yeah. Yep, it's funny how you're used to doing something one way. Yeah, I'm messing this one up pretty good. I see I'm kind of lowering in altitude at the same time. Yeah, well, you know, and I'm moving away too, so let's move it in a little closer if we can. And now we've got the sun at the drone's back, so the picture should be pretty good. Okay, let's pick it up here, and let's go over the top of Discovery School over there, and we can look at the Boise front. And again, I'm just trying to show you the capabilities. Main thing you're going to want to look at is the video quality of this drone. Let's flip her up into sport mode, and let's see how fast this guy will get there. 16 meters per second is the advertised top speed, and it's not wasting any time. There's 14, 15, 15.6, 7, there's 16 meters per second. It's a little over, 16.1 I think I saw there for a second. And that is the Boise front off in the distance, and we do have 2x zoom with this guy. So I'm going to hold down the function button on the controller, and we are going to zoom in, and that's a digital zoom. Let me pick up that camera a little bit so you can see the Boise front off in the distance there, looking towards Bogus Basin Ski Resort there at the top. No snow up there right now, of course. It's, as you saw, it was a warm day today. By the way, that's kind of a test of my iPhone here too, this iPhone 14. I'm pretty happy with it. It's it's staying, the picture is staying nice and bright. In other words, the screen is not dimming. Sorry, stumbled over my own words. Hey, the other thing I just noticed is yesterday when I was flying the Mini SE, because the phone is in the controller the other way around, on the left side of the screen here, you're going to, you actually probably won't be able to see it in the screen recording, but there's what Apple calls the dynamic island, and that was getting in the way of the shutter button that's on the right-hand side of the screen. So anyway, in this controller, because the phone is in there the other way around, doesn't make any difference. So anyway, just a little observation. Okay, let's go back the other way here. And we're going to be going into the sun now. So you can take a look at the video quality of this guy going into the sun. And I'm just going to put it in normal mode, because in sport mode, well, let's show you in sport mode. What'll happen is typically often it will dip the camera because when it goes into sport mode, it's keeping the camera from looking at the top of the drone. So full stick forward, yeah, and there it did it immediately. You saw that camera drop, and yeah, and it's telling you the flight angle. So the drone is having to pitch forward so hard that it can't keep that camera looking up like that. So we'll get to the other end here, and I see we must be going against the wind because it's not going quite as fast. I'm seeing right now, we didn't even quite hit 14 meters per second, and I am full stick forward. And there is a little bit of a breeze, so on a little mini drone, that makes a difference. Okay, let's stop right there. Fingers off the sticks, and let's pick that gimbal back up, and we will put it in normal mode for the rest of this video. So let's just do go across the other side here, kind of go sideways to the sun. You know, I've noticed, I think yesterday was the autumnal solstice, so kind of halfway between the shortest day of the year and the longest day of the year. And I noticed that the sun now is much further in the south part of the sky than it was not long ago. So yeah, you can see where I'm standing there. You can see my Tahoe down there. And we'll bring the drone back as we'll drop some altitude as we're bringing the drone back. And yeah, then we'll go out into the field and we'll try some stuff out here. I saw a shadow go over my head, and I thought, well, it's a bird or something. No, it was the drone. Okay, let's bring this guy into us. Well, actually, we're going to want to be out there in the field. So I'm going to grab the camera off of the tripod here. So hopefully, whoop, what did I do? I hit a button there. Let's, yeah, there we go. So I've got the action too. And hopefully I can get some pictures of the drone when we're doing some of these quick shots with this guy. So I want to go out in the middle of the field to do that. Let's drop him down. And you know what, we'll see if we can get where we're not, I'll be facing the sun, and the drone hopefully will have the sun at its back here. So trying to fly and run the Action 2 camera at the same time. We might go a little bit further out here. Yeah, we should be good. Spin the drone around, and we'll get a lot better picture on the drone. Okie dokie. Let me see if I can do 3 things at once here. And we're going to have to stop recording. And we're going to hit that little film strip icon at the top there. It looks like a piece of film. Maybe, there we go. And we're going to go into quick shots. And yeah, it's already gives a plus shot, a plus on me. Maybe I need to be a little bit closer and we'll get that solid, yeah. So, you know, I don't know how far away I am from the drone, but with that plus, then you don't have to draw the box around you. So I hit the plus, and we are on Droney. So this is an automated Droney, and this guy will go, look, you can go shoot a long ways. We don't need to go that far. What's the hell? I'm looking here. It'll go up to 120 meters. Yeah, we don't need to do that. That's way different than the SC2. So let's just do a 40 meter Droney. You know what a Droney looks like. Let's hit start, and it'll count down to 3. And I don't know if you're going to see much on the Action 2 because it's looking right into the sun. But we'll get good video with the drone, and you know, it's giving us a perfect Droney. Very cool. 90% done, and then boom, it's complete, and it will return to its starting position, which I always thought was really cool. And it's kind of taking its time coming back. Yeah, returning, it still says. There it is. So we're back. Okay, so I'm going to click on that little Droney icon again, and we can go right down. Let's do the rocket. So I'm going to click on rocket. I'm going to click on the plus sign, and again, we can do a number of different altitudes. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top one. We'll leave that at 30 meters, but you can go all the way up to 80 meters if you wanted to, but let's leave it at 30. And let's click the start there, and it's going to count down just like it did for the Droney, and off it'll go. So what the drone will do is go straight up, and it'll keep the keep us in center of frame, keep the camera on us, which I always thought was just a little bit of genius. So as you can see, this is the bottom one. This is 30 meters. So yeah, I think the top one was like 80 meters. That would be sending the drone quite a ways up. And so now it's returning again back to its starting position. And I can hear the drone above me. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the camera, the Action 2, because again, I'm right in the sun. Okay. There, so it's we're back. So I'm going to click on that rocket symbol. We're going to go to the next one, which is circle. Circle is always fun. Click on the plus sign. No, maybe I'll get a little closer. There's that plus sign, and we can do clockwise or counterclockwise. Let's leave it on. Well, heck, let's go counterclockwise. I did one yesterday with the Mini SE clockwise, so let's go counterclockwise. Let's click start, and it's going to count down. And what you'll see is the drone will speed up as it does this circle. And just like I warned on the other video with the Mini SE, what you need to remember on this guy is that it does not have any obstacle avoidance. And so if there was something to the side of that drone, it wouldn't know it was there and it would run right into it. So keep that in mind when you're doing these quick shots. You don't want to crash your drone into a tree or some such. And there it's done, and so we're right back at the start. So this next one is my favorite, and I'm looking at the trees around me. to make sure that we've got room. I want to do a helix, and I'm going to hit the plus. And I notice it is not, yeah, there it's giving me the radius. So let's go, we can go, man, we can go 120 meter radius. I wonder, I just wonder if it'll get high enough before it gets to the trees here. You know, guys, we're gonna try it, and then hopefully the drone will be above the tree line by the time it gets that high. So this is gonna be a big one. Let's click start. Oh man, and we're almost out of batteries. I wanna try a pano too. So it's counting down, and let's, you can see the drone. What it's doing is it's raising in altitude. I like that it's raising in altitude quickly, which is good. And it's doing its circle. And it will extend the radius of the circle out as it rises in altitude. Man, it's going way up there. What I like is it went up really fast, so it's going to be well above all the trees. My concern about it, hitting a tree or something is absolutely unfounded, because it is up there a ways. Let's see, how high is it? It is, yeah, it's closing in on 60 meters in height, so that's about 200 feet or a little more than, yeah, so. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, pretty cool. And now it's about 75% through, and it'll come back to us here in a second. You can see me down there. And again, it kind of raises the camera. It takes you out of, look at how far down there I am. 75 meters high we are right now, 76 meters high, and it completed at 76 meters high, and it's coming down now, coming back to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that return, because what I want to do is get a pano shot before we do a return to home. So let's in fact, oh yeah, it's already wanting to do a low battery, so we're going to get out of this. No, I don't want to do that, folks. No, we don't need to return home promptly. Let's do pano. And by the way, my iPhone did finally dim here. So let's see. Let's do one quick pano here, and click start. We are not even close to having a problem getting the drone home, so not worried about that right now. The only thing is you're going to hear the battery or the controller beeping at us. Okay, so let's click that pano again, and let's do the wide angle one. And then we'll do a. I'm walking back to the tripod. And we'll do a return to home. It's still, you can see the battery is still in the green there. So it's done with that. Let's click on that pano. We're going to go back to video, start video, and I'm going to fly the drone out a ways. Yeah, we're only 29 meters away. We're further away than, yeah, don't want to do that yet. Not watching where I'm going. I was walking away from the I'm backing the drone up, and now we're going to do a return to home, and let's watch this guy do a return to home. There we go, and I want to click on that battery meter so that you guys can see what that does. It tells you how long until forced landing, until battery depleted, etc. But it's coming home. It should, yeah, and it tells us it's in auto return to home. And look, as it gets closer, we're already back in the green. You can see the 10, the 9 up there. It knows it's got plenty of time to land, so let's drop that camera down so we can see where we're at. And I can tell you, this is kind of interesting. This iPhone finally did dim. So looks like it's gonna be a little bit off there. I'll probably cancel it if it's, I'll see if I can bring it back this way a little bit. And I can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and you can see that, yeah, you can see it on the, on the Action 2 camera. Boom, there we go, and we're landed with, what, 6% battery left, critically low battery, and I think we started at 88%, so let me stop recording. So I'm going to hold my iPhone up here to see if hopefully, let me turn it the other way, away from the sun, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see how much it's dimmed here, so it definitely dimmed a significant amount. I could still see it, and I could still see what I was doing, but it's a warmer day today, and it did dim. I didn't see any dimming yesterday, but it was a little bit cooler. And by the way, I always do a screen recording too, so I'm going to stop that right now. And that's where that dynamic island comes in handy. It lets you just touch that, and you can stop that screen recording. Hey guys, so I had another battery that had a partial charge on it, and I realized that I didn't take any pictures. So let's take the drone up real quick and let's take some pictures. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. So let's go into the top here. Click on that, and let's click on photo. And what I forgot about photo, yeah, so the AEB, that is what they mean by enhanced photos. So auto exposure bracketing is what that stands for, and that's going to take an overexposed photo, an underexposed photo, and one right on, and puts them together to help you with dynamic range. Now, in a situation like this where we're faced away from the sun, with the sun at the drone's back, you're not going to see much difference. So we'll save that here for a second. We'll do one into the sun. And I can't remember if it will automatically put those together for you, or you have to do that in external software. I think the app will do that for you. So let's get out over here and drop the camera down, a little more forward, a little less sky and a little more of the mountains off in the distance, and let's take a picture. And then let's click on that one more time, and we get back into that menu. And time shot, I think that is so that you can have it take a series of pictures. I haven't done this in a while, so let's try it. Let's put it on 3 seconds, and let's try that. And I think it'll just take a picture every 3 seconds. Yeah, that's what it does. So if you had a moving subject or something, you could use that. Okay, we're going to stop right there. We don't need all those pictures. And then let's go back into that and go to AEB. But if we're going to do AEB, hang on here. I want to go back into single photo. Did we? Yeah, evidently I zoomed in there a little bit. I didn't realize I did that. Well, let's go ahead and zoom in, and let's take a single picture in zoom mode, and zoom back out. Yeah, I didn't realize I had done that, but probably did that when I was messing around with those timed photos. Okay, so let's go facing the sun here, and let's see if we can take a picture this direction, and let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on that top one again, AEB, and it should take 3 pictures. So this first picture is taken with normal settings, and now the next one you're going to see is underexposed, and now the third picture you're going to see is definitely overexposed. And then I had to do it in external software, and I merged the 3 together, and you get an HDR picture. And again, you will know if it put them all together for us. I'll show it on screen. But let's go around. We don't want to go over the top of where those guys are all getting together there. So we'll face kind of another direction here, and we'll try another one of those AEB shots. Get a little different view. Okay, And that's, you know, we've kind of got the sun right there at kind of at the side of us. So let's try this and let's see how it looks. And just as before, this first one is normal. Now underexposed. Now this one is overexposed. And the last picture we'll see is the merged picture. There's the merged picture, yeah, I had to do that in external software. And it did that. Okay, I'm going to go back into single shot. And just for reference, we'll take a single shot right here. And let's bring this guy back to us. I was going to say I was going to hit return to home, but it would probably go right over the top of where that crew was at. The other thing that I couldn't remember is if the Mini 2 had any kind of time lapse, and it does not. I thought it might be hiding in that photograph menu. So again, we can look at the menu real quick, and I'm clicking on that picture. So you've got photo, video, and you've got, you know, so you have the 3 different kinds of photo there. Single AEB, auto exposure bracketing, or a time shot. And video, there you just set your video, and we were in 4K 30 quick shots. We looked at all of those already. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Look at that. We didn't do boomerang. I should have scrolled down. Well, heck, we better do that. Let's bring this guy into us. And this won't be very spectacular because I'm going to keep it, it'll be fairly high above us here. Well, in fact, I better walk out into the field here. So I'm going to walk out into the field. Sorry, I missed that earlier. Yeah, you know what? I remember now that was something that they added. Turning the drone around and bringing it down, elevator coming down. It is fun watching these drones in action. I'm just telling you, when you're watching that baby dive and fly, and it's nothing but fun. Okay, let's get it on, see if we can get that plus sign on us here. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna put on boomerang, we're gonna hit that plus sign. And yeah, it's going to go clockwise. Let's start. And what it'll do is it will, as it goes around, it's going to raise in altitude and kind of do an oblong around us. And then as it comes back the other way, then it will lower in altitude. So, you know, kind of a cool effect, kind of a cool automated effect. Sorry I missed that earlier. I'm glad I saw it and went through that stuff just now. Okay, let's get out of that. So I'm clicking on that boomerang, maybe. And we already looked at pano. Now the pano that we didn't show you was the sphere. I'm not going to mess around with that. Sphere is pretty good. You can get a 360 photo. In other words, if you uploaded it to Facebook, Facebook will convert it into a 360. But let's go back into video mode. I'm going to start video. I'm going to send this guy away. And I'm going to see if I can get back to the camera before it comes back to us. Let's hit return to home. I'm doing it on the controller right now. And it's coming back. That's me raising the camera up. It's not wasting any time. Let me lower the camera as it's coming. Yeah, it beat me home. Let's see where it lands here. Camera's pointed straight down. Hey, I'm good with that. That'll be right in front of the camera. Looking good. We'll raise that camera up as it comes down. Hey, so I just wanted to show you all the features of this guy. So that's why I threw that other battery in there. And yeah, just not sure if it can land there. I'm going to tell it okay. And looks like I'm going to have to put it in landing mode. So down on the left stick. Then it goes in landing mode and boom. There we go, stop recording. Okay, now I'm gonna shut it down and we'll do our conclusion. And by the way, the iPhone stayed nice and bright that time. Hey, okay, the DJI Mini 2, man, is this guy fantastic. Just an amazing deal. And the cool thing, a sub 250 gram drone, you don't need to register it with the FAA if you're a hobbyist. Obviously, if you're doing commercial work, you have to register it. Also, these sub 250 drones are not subject to remote ID. In other words, nobody will know when and where you're flying unless you want them to. Now that changes. If you're using it for commercial work, then you'd have to put a remote ID module on it or something like that. And I wanted to show you all the features, and I think we got through most of them there. I'm glad I had that extra battery with a partial charge on it, so I missed that boomerang. I was able to show you that, and we were able to take some pictures as well, because I'd forgotten to take. We took some panos. I didn't take any regular pictures. The auto exposure bracketing, I cannot remember if the software, the app software, the Fly app, if that puts those together in a single picture for you, or if you have to do that in post-production with your own photo editing software. But in any case, just a lot of stuff packed into this little drone. You saw speed-wise, we had it over 16 meters per second. It's definitely a drone that will pitch forward and it'll move right along. Fairly powerful for a little mini drone. I mean, it'll ascend and descend fairly quickly as well. So as opposed to the original Mavic Mini that could potentially get blown around a little bit, this guy not so much. I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, subscribe to Johnny Drone Flyer's channel too. I'm wearing his shirt, I'm wearing his hat right now. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. The DJI Mini 2 Fly More Combo.